y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Natalia J and I'm back. But I'm not back trying to act like, trying to pretend like, I'm just gonna leave where I left off. Like, I gotta let y'all know what's been going on, what I've been doing, and yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick, and when I say quick, I mean quick because I got like 40 minutes before I have to go run some errands, because me and the girls are having like a girls Christmas night theme event. And yeah, I have to beat it at the 6. Of course, I'm probably not gonna get there till 7. It just is what it is. Ain't the food probably not gonna be ready by 6. It's just, well, 6 means 7. Well, at least to me, because I stay like now an hour away, so getting there by 6 not gonna work, no way. But like for 3-4 years, I took y'all with me on my journey, keeping y'all updated throughout college, letting y'all know what everything was going on. Well, not everything, but everything that I wanted to share on YouTube. I took y'all along with me. And so yeah, let's just start off where I left off. Going based off of YouTube, the last video that I uploaded was like, I think my study abroad video. I think it was like episode 2 of my study abroad. First of all, let's just address the study abroad. The study abroad, I finished the program. It was a great program. I had a great time. And first of all, let me just let y'all know that since I've been gone does not mean I don't have content. Life just got very hectic, and I'm gonna tell you why life got very hectic. So study abroad, I got like 3-4 more episodes left to edit. That's just been sitting, and when I tell y'all, like, it was just, you got a lot going on, and it's like it hit different after you done graduated. So as a chemistry major, I didn't have to take human anatomy and physiology, and I didn't have to take biostatistics. But looking at certain programs at different schools, it was just highly recommended that you at least have human anatomy and physiology. Now I did take biochemistry, so me being me, I'm like, you know what, let me just go ahead and take these 2 classes that I wanted to take. Mind you, it's not a requirement, but highly recommended. But I just want to go ahead and have it while I'm in this like waiting period. So during this fall, I instead of taking the classes at Clark Atlanta, because it's like I just graduated from there, I do not want to go back there. Plus, it's like the classes is way cheaper at Atlanta Metropolitan College, and they're on the same like accreditation. Classes are equal according to the state of Georgia, so it's not like my classes won't weigh the same because it's from like that doesn't make a difference. So Atlanta Metropolitan, for me to take biostatistics with human anatomy and physiology plus the lab, it came up to about $1,124 or something like that, because I paid out of pocket. So very, very cheap compared to, I feel like Clark Atlanta would have been charging probably 2, 3, probably 4, who knows, especially with lab included. Like that stuff, Clark is a private institution, so everything is ×2 for the prices of everything. Like even to have a parking pass at Clark Atlanta, you got to pay $300 per semester, which is crazy. So that was that. So this fall, y'all, human anatomy and physiology been dragging me through the mud, but I made it out. I made it out. Human anatomy and physiology. I did biostatistics on top of working and just working on getting my application together and ready, and working on my personal statement. So it's like with human anatomy and physiology itself, it's one thing to take anatomy and it's another thing to take physiology. I think I'm like, so, of course, with it being a community college, in Atlanta, it's like the class sizes are very small. So when I started the class, and I did in person, and the reason I did in person, I didn't do online. They had online, but I wasn't going to do online because, for one, with a lot of programs, they will not accept online credits outside of like COVID, and because they don't consider it like, as institutions and a lot of programs know, like online classes is like very easy to get around it, right? So yeah, plus the programs I was looking at, they don't accept online credits, and they don't accept C's either. So it wasn't an option to get a C, so I had to buckle down. Mind you, on all the exams, I made a B. Like, I was striving so hard for an A, but I came out of class with the B. Biostatistics was a breeze. Like, it really felt like I was taking one class, because biostatistics, I didn't even have to study for it, honestly. Like, I made, like, 95s and higher on all the exams. It was just human anatomy that was really, like, taking me through there. And it just came to a point where I'm like, I'm stressed out. I'm trying to work. And on top of that, You know, I had sentimental thing going on, you know, family wise, you know, with my loved one. And it's just when life get hard and you done graduated and it's like now the real deal spill everything coming at you. It's like, okay, I had to take a breather. I had to be like, you know what? And you know, it was so hard for me to just even take a little break of like 3 months, because it's like, y'all, I went 4 years with making videos and being consistent with, you know, my HBCU vlog. And it's like, for me to just not, you know, do no editing, not do no posting. It was like, it was very, very hard to me, because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like a little bit that I was kind of letting myself down. At the same time, I'm like, child, you got a real life goals, real life career goals. And, you know, especially the field I'm trying to get into, as long as I'm working towards doing what I'm trying to do, which is get into my post-secondary route, going into anesthesiology, then that's all that matters. So, you know, that the expectation for social media, it's a different story if this was my full-time job. If content creation was my end goal, was my full-time job, then it'd be a different story. I'd be looking at myself like, okay, well, this is the only thing I want to do, so why am I not doing it? But that's not the case for me. The case for me is medicine. And so as long as, you know, I've been working towards that and I've been doing the things that I need to do, you know, still shadowing, and things of that nature. And then also, to tell you, it's like, I just got so much to tell y'all. I just need to, okay, so y'all, I went ahead and took the Casper. And Casper, if you don't know, it's the like the situational judgment test. Different schools will require, you know, Casper or preview, but for the majority, a lot of schools are moving towards requiring Casper. And y'all, I just went ahead and took it to see, you know, how I would do, because, you know, it's only like $65 or something to take it. And I was so nervous, y'all. Like, I barely finished. So let me give y'all a little recap of what the Casper is, or if you haven't taken it, or if you heard of it but you know don't know how it is. So Casper, they basically do like 14 scenarios, and like half of them will be where you gotta type within 5 minutes and answer 3 questions, and then the other half will be where you got to record a video, basically responding and giving your response to the different competencies that they test you on, which are things like, you know, compassion, you know, cooperating, group work, justice, honesty, integrity, things like that, communication. Like, seeing, they give you all different types of wide range scenarios to see how you will handle it. And the thing with that is, especially the typing portion, you got to be able to, you know, orchestrate and articulate what you need to say in 5 minutes, answer 3 different questions. And so I was just very nervous taking it. It was my first time, but y'all, I just knew. I just knew I did so bad on it. I just knew I did so bad on that test. I was just like, child, I was just like, ooh, I know I'm gonna have to retake that. But then, y'all, I got the emails, like, your scores have been released like a month later. I go and check, y'all. I got 4th quartile, which is the highest quartile. So it's like, that felt real good, because I thought I did so bad. And honestly, I watched so many YouTube videos on, you know, preparing on how to take the Casper, and they all told me, you know, they all gave this generic way of answering the questions, like basically having like a phrase already, you know, created. And honestly, and then the other videos I watched, they was like, don't go by that little routine method of having this, because it makes you sound robotic, of always answering the questions in this same form. It gives you that robotic basically appeal. And if all students are using that as their answer format, then you basically don't stand out. And that's the way that they grade you on the Casper. They grade you based on, you know, your answers, and they don't grade you off grammar. So I know you typing fast, you don't have to worry about grammar. And even if you can, it doesn't have to be full sentences. You can do bullet points, as long as they can understand what you're saying. Even if your grammar is wrong, even if your sentence is kind of throw, as long as they can comprehend what you're trying to say, then that's all that matters. So you don't get points taken off for that. And they grade you based on other students' responses, right? So with me being the 4th quartile, that mean my answers compared to the other range of responses was in like the highest bracket of, you know, I guess how they liked it, my responses. And Casper is not really something I wouldn't say you can't prepare for, because I did good by, you know, at least doing my research on it and doing practice questions with Casper Booster, which is like a platform that give you, like, you know, little trials of doing the different scenarios and timing yourself. So it's like, I did that a little bit, and then I also just on YouTube, just look up different scenarios, read up on different scenarios, and understand how they want you to, I wouldn't say how they want you to answer it, but understand how they expect you to be able to, analyze different situations. So moral of the story is, you know, I did good on that. And the thing about Casper is that I'm like, ugh, is the fact that it's only valid for that application. But at least I won't be as nervous. Hopefully I can get the same score again. And I feel like if I do, you know, keep the same thing I had in mind and the same mindset I had in mind for that test that I did, then everything should be all right. So that was that. So yeah, when I tell you I just been doing stuff, y'all. And yeah, so I got my classes, those classes I wanted out the way, and then I took the Casper test, and then what else? Oh yeah. So if you know been following my journey, you know that I got into an accident right before I graduated. Not right before I graduated, but in April. My poor baby Dream. I had a Lexus. She was a convertible. I got her when I was in high school. My daddy had gifted me to her. I named her Dream, and she truly was a dream. Like, she had this dreamy color. She was a baby blue, and I loved her. But you know, it all came to an end on, it was like April 4th. I know it's the beginning of the month. I know that much. Ugh, that is a thick spray. Hold on. Since then, I had been driving my daddy's other car. It was like a silver Lexus. I had been driving that. And then I've been said I was gonna get a car by the end of the year, because if you don't know about getting cars, that's the best time to go get you a new car, is the end of the year. The best time to go get you a new car is like November, December, because for one, that's when for this respective year, since it's 2024, the new cars is coming out is 2025. But at the end of the year, that's when they're putting out the next new year cars on the lot. And a lot of dealerships, they're trying to get rid of any old cars that they can, especially, you know, the ones from the previous year. And they're giving good deals because it's the end of the year. They're trying to get stuff off the lot. Now, so I thought. So, my dad has been like a Lexus fanatic since I was growing up. He gifted all his kids Lexus cars. And I tell you, me, my sister, my brother, we all got Lexus cars every time one of us turned 16. Because my daddy loved Lexus. Lexus is a great car. They're reliable. With me, that's what I will say. With me having my Lexus, it never broke down. Except for one time when I think I put the wrong type of gas in my car. And so I think that's why it caused my car to break down. Because I was real young. I think I messed around and put the wrong type of gas in my car that caused it to do that. But yeah, that was that. And so, hold on, y'all. It's like it's hard for me to try to multitask at the same time. 1 second. I don't know why. And plus it's because it's like, y'all, I haven't done my makeup in so long. It's like I just forgot how to do my makeup. Like, I don't know. Do y'all be feeling like that? Like, y'all, I haven't really done a full face in forever. But back to what I was saying, y'all. Car. So, mind you, my dad being a Lexus fan, I was like, you know what? Mind you, I'm still planning on going to school. I'm like, I ain't trying to go, too crazy, because I'm like, at the end of the day, when it comes to financial literacy, I'm that. I wasn't like super, 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 just adamant on, oh, I gotta have the newest on the lot. I gotta go 2025. I gotta go 2024. Hell, I didn't even care if it was like, as long as it was within like 4 years, no later than the 2020. I was just like, you know what? I just want me a new car, something that is reliable, something that I could use for a couple years until something just to get me to point A and B, but not just anything, not anything. But so I'm like, you know what? Let me go look at Lexus. Mind you, I done had a car all my 4 years. And I'm like, I want a truck. So I was looking at the Lexus truck. First, I was looking at the RX, RX-F Sport. Real cute, real cute. Moral of the story is, I'm not even going to go into full detail about it because Lexus dropped the ball. They dropped the ball and they lost a customer. Let me tell you what they did now. Yeah, when I tell you my credit score is A1, my credit score is A1. I ain't going to put my business out there. I ain't going to put the exact score. But let's just say, when you have the different brackets from bad to good to excellent, just know it falls in that excellent range. Excellent. Okay. So I pull up to the Lexus, and mind you, at first I was kind of like mind you, I didn't go buy my first car. My daddy did. So it's like, I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to go out these dealerships and then they running my credit and I got all these inquiries.
So I'd like to add that so many people get tricked into these crazy deals because they feel like, oh, well, they've already ran my credit, but the numbers is not looking right. Maybe the interest rate is not right. Oh, maybe I just have to go with this deal because I don't want to keep going to different dealerships and they running my credit. And one thing I will tell y'all is that was kind of what was on my mind at first when I first went to Lexus, and then they finally ran my credit. And even though they told me they was gonna get me right, still didn't come through. And you know what? If you did not notice, y'all, when it comes to searching for cars and you're and you be having all these inquiries from different banks or testing different financial services, to help finance your car and things of that nature, y'all, all of those inquiries will count as one. And depending on whether it's through TransUnion, it's just depending on which credit app you're using. Most of the time, the minimum amount of time that they require for all the inquiries to be considered as one is like within 7 days. And then I believe another platform goes up to maybe even 2 weeks. Moral of the story is, y'all, you can have multiple inquiries and it will only count as one. So don't think that, once you go to a dealership that you have to stick with that one because you already got 4 inquiries from that one dealership pulling from different banks to test to see if you can get approved. And my number one tip is to try to get a pre-approval with a loan, with a check, so you can already have your, bargaining chip over the dealership. And sometimes, in some cases, you may get a better deal at the dealership, but it just depends on case by case. But this is just what I learned from my experience.
I feel like, and then ever since I went and purchased my own car, it's like I've been seeing all these videos on TikTok. It's like, like as soon as you go do something, now you seeing it all the time. So that's just how it is. Like, I want to go buy my first car. Since then, I just been seeing all these videos of people financing all these different cars with all these crazy interest rates, crazy payment amounts, all these miles on the car. Like, with me going to buy a car and I went by myself, like, of course I call my mom and my dad and I like let them talk me through it, give me tips and advice, and my best friend helped me. But for the most part, I went to the dealerships by myself. So I started off at the dealership, the Lexus Hennessy. I think that's in Doraville or something like that. Yeah, it's like North Marietta or whatever. So I started there, right? And so I went to go look at, no, I started at something, Gravity Autos. But first of all, Gravity Auto cars are not serviced. So whenever you get in a car, you want to go somewhere that's serviced. But the reason I started Gravity Auto is because I saw a car and the Lexus truck, and it was real nice. I just want to go check it out. I went and gave it a test drive, but Gravity Autos, the car is not serviced. So when you want to get your bang for your buck, you want to go somewhere where you're going to have the most protection and the most, things that you can get your car covered for. Like, you want a certified, you want a CPO certified pre-owned for used, or for new cars, it's best to go lease. It's best to go lease. Like, especially if you're the type of person that like new cars every couple years and you don't like to stay in something no longer than 3 or 4 years, just go leased. But so I'm learning all this during this process of me searching for a car, right? So let me put some more blush on. First, let me go put some foundation on. Hold on. Yeah, I pull up to Lexi Hennessy's and they had a truck that I saw online that I was looking at, and that one was a 2019. And the only reason I went for it was because it didn't have that many miles on it. Like, it didn't even have a lot of miles on it. And I was like, okay, let me see how it's looking. I pulled up, okay, cool. But that one wasn't certified pre-owned. And so I'm like, if I'm getting anything that's used, I want it certified pre-owned where it comes with unlimited mileage, coverage. And so, long story short, I looked at different trucks. They were like, oh, we can try to get you a car. I'm like, no, I don't want a car. I want a truck. So then it came down to another truck. And so when it came down to that, it was to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready to, finish it up. And so, and then but me and my mama, we negotiated. We like, oh yeah, I'm telling him, like, the car cute and all. And when you at a dealership, you can't be all too hype. Like, oh my gosh, I want this. Like, yeah, man, I gotta have it. Them people will get over on you. They will get over on you and they won't budge when it comes time to negotiating. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I like the car, but, the numbers got to be right. And then he was like, mind you, I be working and I had class. And he was like, okay, well, you can come on Friday and we gon' work the numbers. I'm thinking, okay, shit, he know I ain't bullshitting. Like, cool. Mind you, by then, they still ain't ran my credit. So, one thing about dealerships, when they ain't ran your credit, it's like, a lot of times people lie about their credit score, so they really don't even be too fond on, making a deal settle, right? But so, I get to the dealership, boom, sitting there, and I told him, I meant business as soon as I got there. I'm like, the truck that I was looking at, it was currently being maintenance. So that specific truck, I didn't have a chance to test drive it yet. So I told him, I'm like, mind you, the other day, because I went up there like twice. The day before that, the finance manager had came out, and she was just like, oh yeah, we can, I can talk with the banks and make sure the interest rate is right. I can make sure I can get you a deal with the great miles and all that, blase, blase. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, I'm like, okay, cool. She's saying they saying they can all make it work. They can make it work because, mind you, this is my first big purchase. And so even though my credit is great because I have credit cards with great limits that I don't go over 10%. No matter my limit, I don't go over 10%. I pay my credit bills on the first and also on the statement due date. I pay it twice a month. So it's like, that's how my credit is A1, right? That's how you get great credit. But if y'all want to make a little in-depth video about, how to get your credit score, I'll make a video about, just good habits. For one, I'm not a frivolous spender. I don't spend crazy. If I don't have the money to pay it off right away, I'm not going to make that purchase. So back to, So I get to the dealership. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, mind you, I still had test drove the car because that specific truck that I wanted to look at, it was late the other day, and the car in that truck we was looking at, they just gave me the numbers on it, and they ran the numbers and showed me what the price would be with the specific target payment that I wanted. I'm like, okay, cool. I come back, look at the truck, it'll be done being maintenance, everything will be done with it. Maybe I can ride off on a lot with it if the numbers look right. So I get there and I'm like, I'm not gonna test drive this car if the numbers don't look right. The only thing I did was go outside and look at the truck because they had pulled it out there. I went and inspected the tires. My boyfriend was with me. I got a boyfriend too, y'all, but it's too much going on, y'all. I keep y'all updated. Y'all just try to keep up with me. He was with me. He inspecting the tires. I'm looking in the inside, the interior. I'm looking at the truck. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And so, then I went back inside because I'm like, it ain't no point test driving this truck because what I'm going to want to see how the car ride for it if I ain't riding off the lot with it if the numbers don't look right. So they did the numbers, y'all. They pulled my credit. Credit was amazing. And then, mind you, but with me having a credit history and it being my first purchase, plus I wasn't trading in the car, those folks talking about a down payment. Okay. Mind you, when you have amazing credit, you don't have to do a down payment. I don't care what nobody say. You don't have to do a down payment. For these people, when I've been seeing these TikTok videos and these people been getting played, they be making like crazy down payment amounts and they note still high. And I'm like, that does not make no sense to me. So yeah, that was already out the window. But I'm like, okay, even if I was to cave in for a down payment, guess what interest rate no folks are trying to give me? Them folks was trying to give me 11% interest rate. Now, mind you, I done heard of people having way worse interest rate than that. But first of all, when you're financially literate, you know that interest rate mean everything. Because at the end of the day, because mind you, they gave a discount, they came down, they worked the numbers on the price. So they came down like probably $2,000-3,000 on the price, right? They worked the numbers on that. But the interest rate was 11%. I was like, oh no, y'all crazy as hell. Because mind you, when they did the numbers for the target payment that I wanted per month, that interest rate was like 7%. So of course, when they actually did the numbers and then the Lexus Financial, because this is my first purchase and I don't have like a car purchase previously on my account, they thinking I'm going to settle for an 11% interest rate. And I'm like, I'm still not going for that. Like, no. So, mind you, I'm not being fast. I told them folks like, hey, y'all need to, I don't know who y'all need to talk to, but I'm not leaving with 11% interest rate. And you're saying you want a $2,000 or $2,500 down payment. I'm not doing that. So, guess what I did? That same day, I went to I went to Mercedes at Buckhead. And I was just like, child, let me go see what Mercedes talking about. Because, Mercedes was also one of the options that I was looking at. And I was like, let me go see what they talking about. Y'all, I get a Mercedes. I'm looking at the different cars. Mind you, of course, trucks are way more expensive. So then I'm like, you know what? Let me just start off with a car. Let me start off with a car. Because I ain't trying to go too crazy right now. I'm still trying to get in through school. And I'm stacking and saving for that. Speaking of stacking and saving, I know y'all like new background alert. Yes, y'all, the girl left her apartment. And right now I stay like 30-40 minutes from Atlanta. I stay with my dad, and it's great, y'all. It's great. No rent. So to the people that when you graduate, child, and you know you're trying to go somewhere like medical school and you're not going to be getting into a career very soon, it's best to stack your money and just work and save your money and do the things you need to do. And yeah, so yeah, y'all, that was just a little. Cause I know y'all probably like, what new background? So yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that too. Like everything new, everything just been new with me, y'all. So anywho, back to that. I get to Lexus, and why do I keep saying Lexus? I went to Mercedes, and I ended up finding me a 2024 that I really liked. And I was like, mind you, I spent half the day at Lexus negotiating with them folks just for them to still play in my face with an 11% interest rate. I'm like, nah, y'all, nah, I ain't that desperate. And my credit score is A1. A1. Not going for it. Never go with whatever the first thing somebody's trying to throw at you. So I'm like, yeah, bye. So I took my behind from the Hennessy Lexus to Mercedes Buckhead. And I pulled up to Mercedes Buckhead. Mind you, Mercedes has a first time buyers program. So if you're a first time buyer, it is a great option for you as well. But I didn't, yeah. So, mind you, I bank with Navy Federal, so you could also get financing through your bank because credit unions do give you way better interest rates. But because of my credit history and I don't have a big purchase, Navy Federal is also like, So, well, I think the amount they was trying to give me wasn't really like, yeah. So, back to where I'm at now in the story, which is Mercedes. So, I ended up finding this 2024 CLA. And so, for the most part, I don't think they did was just run me the numbers, and the numbers was looking how I liked. And so, I was like, okay, cool, I'll come back. And then I think they said the car was, it needed to be serviced. And of course, your car needs to be serviced, pass inspections and stuff like that before you leave the car. So I'm like, all right, I'll come back. So y'all, that's basically what I did. The other day I came back. Let me just show y'all how that day went.
Y'all, I pulled up to the dealership. I took a lift because I'm like, y'all, I'm leaving with my car. The numbers was right, and everything was just how as it was the first day. The car looked amazing, y'all. I named her Winter, and of course, I didn't feel like showing y'all the whole lengthy process because I was there for about 4 hours. When it comes to getting all that paperwork signed and everything set and ready to go, and just inspecting the car. And then this is just, their, I don't know the specific name, but I'm gonna just say the technologist, whatever, the man who's in charge of the technology behind the car, showing me how to work the car, showing me how to change the colors. You have different options from the monochrome to the multicolor, and of course you have a wide range of colors you can choose, and just showing me how to set up the Apple Pay and Bluetooth, and making sure my phone is connected, and making sure I know how to work the features of the car. I know y'all be like, oh, Mercedes has all those advanced features, y'all. They have somebody to walk you through how to use everything. Will you remember it? Maybe not. And then also just making sure everything works before we leave that lot. Even though my car has, of course, the extended warranty that come with the car. And then also just showing me how to work the app and all the features with my, Mercedes-Benz app. And it was like real cool, showing me how to, start my car from my phone, how to lock my car, track my car, things like that. And of course, you can't leave out without your insurance. So then after I got my insurance set up and all this and that, they pulled my car out, and it was time to go. It was time to leave. And I'm absolutely in love with her. And of course, next up is my tent. But yeah, now back to the video.
And the car was mine. And of course, with any car, Mercedes being Mercedes, child, maintenance included, wheel and tire. And the reason why I went for Mercedes is because guess what my interest rate was, y'all? I'll take interest rate because that's something to brag on. My interest rate, 3.99. 3.99. Way better than 11%. And I'm really just shocked because I'm surprised that Lexus would even try me like that with 11% interest rate. And then Mercedes, 3.99. No down payment. No down payment. Even required. Even thought of. Even came in the picture. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, child. Lexus, y'all lost it. Y'all lost y'all a customer. For real. Now, am I saying I'll never go back and try Lexus again? I don't know now. I don't know. Because Mercedes, first of all, I feel like Lexus, they need to get their stuff together. Because at the end of the day, the exterior of their trucks, cute. But the interior needs to be updated. Needs to be very much updated. For them to be charging them super, super high prices that they're charging, their interior needs to be super, super, super upgraded. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how that went. So, that's the update on my car. So, her name is Winter. She's white. She's pretty. And, yeah, I love her. And I plan on keeping her for some time. And, yeah. And also, the monthly payment ain't too crazy either. It's not crazy at all. It's a great deal. So it just ended up working out, and I'm thankful, I'm happy, and it is what it is. So that's update on my car, new car. The next thing, what else, y'all? What else? I keep forgetting. What else I need to update on? But yeah, back to the content, y'all. So I got so much content waiting. I got like 3 or 4 more episodes of my study abroad, and that'll be posted next year more likely. So yeah, feel free to tune back in. I know your girl been gone, but don't hold it against me. It's been for a good reason. And also, I went on a vacation, went on a trip. I'm also going somewhere for New Year's with my boyfriends. Let me just give y'all a little update on that. Not too much though, because y'all know I always just kept everything about more so me when it came to anything on my channel. I've never really been like super, super, super adamant on, having my personal life. But I'll tell y'all, I was single for like my whole time in college. Not whole time, but for the most part single for the majority of the time. And y'all, so it's just crazy how it happened. But I became a girlfriend on July 7th. I wasn't even expecting it. I had just he had an internship out in Seattle, and I just flew out there, and he ended up asking me to be his girlfriend. And so that's just how that went. Moral of the story, we graduated together. But he was a biology major. I was a chemistry major. It's like we had a class together. I met him junior year. The crazy thing is, y'all, like me and him was just friends. Like I never even looked at him like that. I, he looked at me like that. Whole time he been plotting. Whole time been plotting. So he ended up finally saying something by the time, like, probably like in April of that month before we ended up graduating. I guess he was like, child, I gotta go ahead and shoot my shot. So he ended up like, oh, can I take you out? He took me out. We went on a couple dates. Mind you, I still got reels. I got so many reels I haven't edited from me and him. Went on a couple dates from the summertime, from study abroad to my vacation, the trip to Cali with my best friend. Like everything just, y'all, the content coming. The content coming. I got time. So y'all better tune in, okay? I told y'all the content coming. I'm sorry y'all been gone, but it's been for the greater good. It's been for bettering myself so that I can give y'all more content later of my next step in life to school. So yeah, y'all. And he's just such an amazing person. He's such a sweetheart. Like, and yes, I'm loving it. Like it's so peaceful here. Love it here. And that's just that on that. So that's what's new with that. It ain't really too much to say. Ain't really too much to go into detail about. It's just, it is what it is. And so yeah, today I know y'all see me doing my makeup, me getting all glammed up. It's really no reason to get glammed up because I'm just going with the girls. But I figured I just wanted to talk to y'all and do my makeup at the same time and just go ahead and get that out the way. Right. So we're doing a Christmas gathering at Tea House. We're all gotta make our own designated drinks. We're going on 257. I still need to go to the store and get to the liquor store. I need to get some rum because I'm gonna try to make like an eggnog drink, something sweet, vanilla-ish. See, I'm back. My camera had to cool down, but it wasn't nothing necessary for real. So yeah, I wouldn't even say I'm last minute. I just been super busy with working, y'all. We got Secret Santa today. So that means now I need to go to the store and go buy the eggnog. So I'm gonna make an eggnog drink. Go buy the eggnog, go by the liquor store, buy some rum, probably some classic syrup just in case it needs to be extra sweet. And then some whipped cream because I don't want to put whipped cream around the rim. And that's gonna be that. I ain't got time. And then I still gotta go get a gift because we're doing Secret Santa. Like, why I do all this man? But it is what it is. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. So, yeah. Doing all that. Then it's no more lip gloss in here, I don't think. That's why I get mad. I'm always losing my lip glosses. Like, between changing purses, like, I don't know where my stuff be going. Just need to touch up on my hair. So, y'all. So, yeah, I'm fixing to get ready to head out. I'm kind of rushed for time. But, yeah, it's nothing major, nothing special. We're all wearing cheetah print pajamas. So, that's the look for today. I already got my pajamas on. That's already out the way. So, now all I need to do is just go run my errands and go to the event. So, that's what's going on. But I gotta be to work tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I'm also packing me a bag because I'm not driving back home. And then I gotta drive back to work because I still work. So I'm gonna catch back up with y'all when I'm at the spot and we getting ready to set up. By the time I get there, who knows? It probably already been set up. I know T already decorated, but
Second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.